hits right now. Trances just still runs away, not going to try and, do any counter damage. And what just happened on the other side of the map? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm willing to buy an explanation for 300, please. Blood Champ and Mr. 2 going and dominating everything in their path. And, in the meantime, Zant just sort of played ring around the rosy, ring around the backfield, I suppose. But look at that damage. Round only lasted 35 seconds, 357 damage. Blood Champ 284, comboed very heavily. Return only 10 damage off a deadly injection. Didn't even pop because of the shrink, and then just like a couple healing potions, and that was it. He couldn't do anything else in the fight.
Well, I mean, when you play the Wild Goose Chase game with Appa, he's off in the corner, and Xian was able to space in. As I said, he's one of those healers with an offensive space as well as you could use it for the defensive maneuverability, but he just jumped right in there, got that extra tick of damage off return. And, I mean, Nomad's great. You can have a tornado, but at the same time, if you miss the tornado, not really too much you can do to keep people off your healer, whereas the Guardian has, just a much more big dominating presence in the fact that he's a bigger body. He has a melee, AoE attack, and right now it does look like they're going to be trying to keep themselves between the enemy and Return doing those artillery-like heals. Blood Champ is in and around the mix, but Appa gets off a Cyclonic Strike onto 2 of the enemy. Now it does look like they are going to be indefensive, but Leadface going down inside the goo. It wasn't even their goo, but he still went down at the same time. Xian doing a great job keeping his team alive. Appa again going to jump onto Xian. Not too sure he has anything to counter this. Gets the energy glyph in the mid, but a Moonstone is going to be leaving him there a little bit off to the edge. We do have another chance here for a Cyclonic. We got to get 2 of them at least, but wow, he was all frozen. Return again goes down. We throw out the axe, but it's just not going to be enough, and that's going to be quick 2 victories here for Cold Team.
It just seems like the map and the momentum changes, or the momentum changes based off of the map. I don't know if this was intended in their bans and picks, or whether they're just feeling hot or cold. They talked about something, had a time to, breathe and relax. But right now, Booga 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 is, showing the same kind of performance that N7 Esports was the last map. And, you can't just have that kind of variance when you're a high-caliber team. But, there's a couple more pillars for Blood Champ to run around. Mr. 2 can also hide from those boomerangs, and it's a little bit harder on the Nomad on this map to do as much damage. Blood Champ going to get enlarged, just going to run away. Mr. 2 jumping in on the fight. He's going to try and go on to Return. Now's the time. EX Space comes out. Zant just going to try and get onto Leadface. Going to space back in again, because it reduces the cooldown. And Leadface, nice in cap right there. Not able to get his Boomerang Fury off. Here it is right in the corner, and it's going to do huge damage. Mr. 2 just about to die, and he cannot get his ultimate off. And Return does get out of the fight quite safely. They did not have enough burst damage. Zant did not space in quite far enough to get that M1 off onto Return, which could have killed him before the barrier came up. And a little bit of a lack of, coordination. Couldn't just get there in time, but great defensive play by Appa and Leadface covering for their teammates.
Ridiculous amount of damage coming out from Leadface that time. 500 damage in about a 1-minute match. That's pretty mind-boggling to me. But yeah, Return was a big target there, and as you did see Zant, he just couldn't get that spacebar over there quick enough, and that is what you really want to do. He's going down with some control on top of Appa. He did get Moonstoned a few times that round, as well as an Incapacitate. So, I mean, every time they take him out, it's a good opportunity to collapse upon Return, and right now, Mr. 2 going to be jumping over there with Blood Champ. Return is off in a corner, and he has no way to get out of that except Appa, who's doing a great job body blocking and trying to keep them out of their way. But the Moonstone going down after the Incapacitator, leaving him really out of this fight. And the longer they can keep him out, the longer it does become a 2 versus 3. We do have the Boomerang Bonanza come out from Leadface, and big damage going down onto Champ. But Mr. 2 gets tornadoed inside of the goo. Not a good idea, because now that entire goo was just whiffed right there. He avoided all that damage. He didn't have to do anything for it. So Blood Champ, Mr. 2, they're going to get healed up here, and we are going to see a little bit of a reset in terms of positioning, but no, Appa, he wants to jump in here right away. He's going to go right here onto Xian, and Blood Champ going to be trying his best to keep him very blind. The Incapacity goes out. We do have a Moonstone go out. Again, Appa's going to hit that, but the X-Strike goes right around. Like, very nice curve there. We do have the Boomerangs being thrown out again here by Leadface. Leadface really doing some good work here, and the goo goes down again. 826 damage. That is almost combined the same as Blood Champ and Mr. 2.
Ridiculous. Nomad is still ridiculous. They didn't fix him. GGK, thanks. No, I'm just kidding about that. It's always hard to, play against certain bloodlines, and Nomad is actually quite a good counter because Mr. 2 doesn't have the range as a Nomad. Bloodchamp relies on mobility, and Leadface can, shrug off melee characters, and Zant, he gets zoned out by Nomad as well. So in terms of bloodlines, you just can't do what you exactly normally do in combo situations. As you saw, Zant got knocked out right there. Bloodchamp still trying to have a hard time in the fight. Mr. 2, what is he doing? He spaced in so deeply. X-Strike came out, and he is going to go down. That is it. I don't think that he can come back from this one. Zant just trying to get some space heals onto him. Unless something happens to Return right here, Bloodchamp is going to take out Return, maybe. Yes, he is. And Mr. 2 and Appa, Bloodchamp, and Leadface are the only ones left. I don't know how they're going to come out with this one. Bloodchamp did get the Venom Lunge onto Appa. He is going to get the rune. This could actually pop with something, and he does get him. What a turnaround. Mr. 2 just being chased so far. Bloodchamp able to get that thing off. I'm sure his heart is racing at about 10,000 beats a second, and Mr. 2 able to just make it out. He's going to die via poison, and Ooga Booga Booga is going to take this. They are going to go to the losers finals. What a spectacular match, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 apiece, ended in a 3-2 finish. So great games right there. Holy smokes. I need to take a deep breath and maybe get something to drink after that one. Holy, calm myself down.
Bring down the blood pressure, man. We want you to live a good few more years after this, at least. So, yeah, that was high energy, high stakes. But now we have our team. We are going to say goodbye to In7 Esports. We are going to say hello to Ooga Booga Booga here in the losers finals. So, very well played. Good games to both of those teams. I mean, very equal in skill. And we're going to wait up here for... at least I'm going to wait for my invite. You probably have yours. There we go.
Buddy. I got you covered. I'm updating the, title layers, right-clicking your name and inviting you to the game.
We got time. Yeah. It's all good.
We're good. We got this in the bag. And, guys, actually, I'm going to do a little bit of a shout-out right now. If you guys want to help contribute, if you think you can commentate, if you want to try commentating, if you want to try broadcasting, just send me an email, cast@blgaming.com. And I will try you out. If you're an artist and you want to make some splash screens for the, Borderland gaming, you want to make some icons, some cool tags, or avatar signatures, things like that, contact us also. We're looking for all kinds of Photoshop people, media specialists, help put together combo videos and tutorial videos that I'm, trying to get content out for. So, by all means, if you want to get involved in some way, we already have some great supporters. We got Cybertronics, Siphon, Forecourt found us, Simler. You got Tazosaurus, Sobi1, obviously the owner, and Tatakab, Chronovar, who made the Kill the King banner. Now we've got just a whole bunch of other people that are, helping out, but we always need to get content out, and we're always trying to improve this game, trying to put it in the spotlight, and that's why you guys are watching. We got to thank you for your support. All 975. I'd like to get over that 1K cap, so if you can tell all your buddies to tune into the stream.
Yeah, we were over it earlier. We had about 1,150 or so earlier.
Yeah, I'd like to, consistently keep it over 1K because, this is some of the best competition you'll see in Bloodline Champions right now. And by all means, it's prime time. Everybody's ready to go and set. But, yep, I am just going to put it back on the main screen here. I was going to talk about something else. I forgot. Yes, that is right. Shout out again for BorderlandGaming.com. We are announcing the Bloodsport League. I'm going to repeat that again. Bloodsport League. It is our league for Bloodline Champions where we're going to have pretty significant prizes. Sobi1 has been talking to a bunch of sponsors, and hopefully we can deck people out with gear. It is going to be pretty epic, and I will be commentating some of the games there, hopefully. If you want to know more about it, just go to blgaming.com, scroll over Tournaments, Bloodline Champions, and check out the Bloodsport League after this broadcast. So, anywho, I got that announced. Also, blgaming.com, sort of following suit if you're a Street Fighter fan and know the Peaceful J stream or the Shoryuken live stream, which is a 24/7 stream of Street Fighter. We're doing the same thing for Borderland Gaming, for Bloodline Champions, BLG, BLC, derp, getting it confused. And actually, it's called BLC Forever. Don't blame me. I didn't come up with the name. I wanted to make it, called the Bloodstream, something epic. But Sobi1 was playing some Robot Unicorn Attack, and he's like, BLC forever, it sounds so good. And I'm just like, oh, facepalm. But that is a 24-hour live stream. If you do see it in the game, it's a custom game. Just join it if you're above grade 12. And just play in that channel because people want to know what Bloodline Champions is all about. You can find some good competition there. I might even pop on if there's a bunch of people in there and do some commentating, give you guys some tips. So by all means, keep this game up. We need more content out to grow this game. So use BLC forever. Find it in the custom games if you have nothing else to do. And, just play around and have fun. It is going to be going 24/7 once, the stream is over. Hopefully I'll yell at Sobi to put it back on and get in tune with that. Right now, we are ready to go. And I think we are just waiting on Mr. 2 to finish smoking another cigarette. And we'll get this one underway.
If you want to put it that way, yeah. You were talking a little bit about looking for, people to help out with content or doing this or that. We have, if you guys can do stuff like what Total Halibut did, he did a Reaver guide and he put that up on his channel featuring Bloodline Champions. And we've also seen stuff like Ben Basti. He has himself out that BLC video. And so if you can do stuff like that, that was also, be a big contribution to Bloodline Champions because the more media that gets out there, the more sites that this stuff hits, is going to hit a lot of people. That could spark a lot of big interest to come into this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And if you do have content out there that you want us to feature on our page, make a blog post and, have it up there. We do check the blogs. We do check the forums. And if you have any suggestions with the streams, put it in the forums or send me an email, cast@blgaming.com. But that's enough for the shameless shout-outs. We're going to be getting this one underway. Love Rocket on the Warm team, as you can see. And we got Ooga Booga Booga with the, Zant playing the Astronomer, Mr. 2, the Engineer, and Blood Champ on the Ranid. So, quite an unusual composition. And we're going to be seeing Teldo, Zwacky, and Mega Zero. We saw them quite a long time ago. They are going to be back in the fight with Engineer, Harbinger, and a Psycho Pomp. So here we go. I don't know if the Ooga Booga Booga pressure is going to hold up to the other side and the Nether Shift. We'll have to only see. Time will tell. And we are going to get this one underway. 3, 2, 1, fight. EMP missed. Who's going to get first blood? Come on, baby. In cap from Zwacky, and that's going to be first blood. Good shrink device right there, so Toto couldn't land any kind of Shadow Bolt or Plague onto him. Soul Link going to come out, but only just going to hit Mr. 2. Good Shadow Bolt, and already the zoning war is in favor of the Worm team. Good pull. Mr. 2 is going to have to space in. Now they're going to think about going on to Zwacky. Mr. 2 shrinking himself. Teldo is going to be in on the fight against him. Bloodchamp's going to try and keep Zwacky and Mega Zero busy while Mr. 2 is trying not to take too much damage from Teldo. Here he is going to just space off into the other direction. Zwacky now in the fight. He's going to maybe eat some machine gun, but a great Nether Shift by Teldo right there to stop all that pressure. Here it is. Mega Zero looking to be pretty furious with those Guardian Angel Wings. Teldo also getting that Plague off while Dark Warded. That is like mega slow. And in the meantime, Bloodchamp does go down. And whoa, after a quick swap, Shadow Bolt Sniper Teldo does hit that. And man, that was such a quick turnaround from all those events. I'm getting tongue twisted. Take it away. Take it away from me.
455 damage. Pretty intense stuff coming out of Mr. 2 with that Engineer, but it was Mega Zero's team, the Love Rocket. They shot themselves straight to the moon and got themselves a win there. So yeah, we're going to have to see a bit more control come out here of the Cold team, and they have control if there's anything that they have with Mr. 2 with the EMP and the Incapacitates, but you got to be very careful on your timing. Look at that right now. Zwacky has to get other side. He's going to show up right next to Bloodchamp, and we do have Teldo. He really wants blood on Mr. 2. Mr. 2 should still have a space up, but he's going to have to use it sometime soon. Enlarge coming out, trying to just stay alive. He's going to jump over here to Zwacky. Zwacky's going to get out of that again with another other side. Mega Zero going to try his best to keep him alive, but now they're kind of spread out, and right now it does look like Nether Shift going down on top of Teldo. Teldo's going to try to get back here into the fight. Zwacky off to the corner, and Mega Zero is incapacitated. No heal's going to come out for him. Teldo is going to still try to do his best to take out Mr. 2, but he just gets such harassed out by Mr. 2, and again another incapacity. Out comes the machine gun. Mega Zero doesn't have anything to do except the other side. He's just not going to get that far from it either. Bloodchamp looking around to get him, but the swap goes out. Zian with the spacebar is going to get that kill. What happened though? Teldo taking out the engineer, but it does look like very stacked odds against him. He is going to try that nether shift. He's going to try to get off that amplify. Not going to quite work, and that's actually a cool little burning effect there to end off the round.
Yeah, the little plague particles. Yeah, it's just gets you healing back as a harbinger and slows your opponent's applies hemorrhage as well. So it is pretty powerful, and right there we saw some mega crucial incapacitates by Mr. 2. 3.2 seconds that you're out of the fight. Absolutely huge. You know, you mentioned it on Mega Zero. You mentioned it when it hit Teldo, because there was no support that could come out. No nether shift. No, jumping in and trying to apply some offensive counter pressure. And in the end, it really paid off. They just got to get that control from Mr. 2, and they can actually do a bunch of work. Teldo not going to be able to do anything from there, as he did get incapped, then Stone. Now they're going to get on this Wacky and Mega Zero, try and do a little bit of damage, but that's not going to happen. Pressure is coming out on the Mega Zero. Yeah, to other side. Now they're going to apply to Teldo. Now no nether shift or other side is out. Here's the time for punish. Mr. 2 going to use Enlarge, going to try and use Boomstick, but no, it gets spell locked, and he's just running around doing nothing. In the meantime, Bloodchamp going to try and use the lunge, and it just misses. Forces the other side, though, onto Mega Zero, and right now it is looking pretty good for the Worm team. Mr. 2 about to pick up the rune. No, he is just going to walk right on by it. Teldo going to use his Dark Ward, pulled in by Swacky, so Bloodchamp actually could be going down. One more hit by Teldo, and he could die, but right now, Bloodchamp just doing a good job playing the Sneaky Snake Randed. Gonna get on to Mega Zero up top. Rune was picked up. Bloodchamp still in a desperate situation, trying to dodge everything. Shotgun blast does miss. Teldo could be in a bit of a situation as he is away from Mega Zero. Swacky gonna throw out the machine gun ultimate, and it's gonna get a kill. Good Shadow Bolt snipe onto Bloodchamp. Zant did not do enough healing. Mega Zero could be going down, but another shift does come out. Zant's gotta jump in. He's gotta find somebody, and yes, he does. He finds Wacky, and it is gonna be a 2-2 situation. Cannot get many closer matches than this. Other side and nether shift on the Worm team, but great burst pressure and control from this cold side. Here it is. Teldo, one more hit could be going down, but a great EX Fear from Mega Zero. Still not going to save him, though. Mr. 2, I think, got the burning oil, and he just got incinerated down to death. And that is going to be another round for Team Ooga Booga Booga, even though Team Love Rocket got that first kill, and it was a very, very fine match to watch.
797 damage, a lot of control coming out of Mr. 2 there. With all those incapacitates, he had the leading score there for the control, and that is the big strength that he plays to with this engineer. Get off that incapacitate, time that with a Moonstone, and that is a combination of, if you can do it right, about 7 seconds or so that you're out, but typically it's, you're going to be out of the fight between 4 and 5 seconds, and that is a lot of time to lose, especially with the other two teammates that are going to have so much extra pressure collapse on top of them. So Mr. 2 doing a great job there, but Teldo is going to be trying to put down the herd. He already has his ultimate. How did Teldo do that? But he gets right into an incapacitate, and he is going to get that amplify off, so this ultimate of his not really going to be used to his full potential, but the Moonstone coming out now as well. I mean, this is the big control that these guys are talking about, because they have a lot of ways to stop you dead in your tracks. Mega Zero is looking pretty healthy. Swacky taking some damage, though. Swacky also has that ultimate ready to go, and there's a double ultimate. The Mr. 2 firing back just as often as Wacky. Both the engineers are looking really low. The healers trying to keep them up as best they can. Teldo off in the corner, not really doing too much, but Bloodchamp jumps right on top of them, gets off that 24 damage from his leap, and Swacky going down. Not looking good right now for Teldo and Mega Zero. Teldo does do a lot of damage, but Mr. 2 is doing a great job of just trying to keep everyone controlled and as best they can, just not being able to do what they can. Out goes the EMP. Got shotguns going down now on Mega Zero. That's going to force him to think about himself. Teldo is getting punished pretty hard right now by Zint and Bloodchamp. He is going to go down. He gets that ultimate off, but it's not going to matter, and that's going to leave Mega Zero to go 3 versus 1 with the Guardian Wings. Feasible? Not really, as he does drop very quickly there, and that's the first game here of the losers finals.
Yeah, that is. It is going to go to Team Ooga Booga Booga, and that offensive play style, along with the control coming out from Mr. 2, I think he was hitting much more incapacitates than he did in other rounds. He's really focusing on that. He knows it is his job to set up for the Moonstone, to set up for all of that other damage that Bloodchamp and Zant can do by spacing in, getting that kind of burst focus potential off before anything else can happen. So here we go. We're gonna see what Swacky, Mega Zero, and Teldo do. Even though they do have a very strong comp, they are in the losers finals right here, and they just did lose to SK Gaming up top in, somewhat decent manner. They did put up quite a little bit of a fight. Right now, they might be going down to Team Ooga Booga Booga. And might I mention that 6 weeks ago, before SK Gaming went on their lucky streak, I wouldn't say lucky because there's no luck in Bloodline Champions, but before they went on their winning streak, Team Ooga Booga Booga actually did defeat them. So there is a chance that we can see that rematch of Ooga Booga Booga versus SK Gaming, also known as in Soviet Russia, and we'll see maybe this time the Kings can go down. I'm not trying to be impartial or anything like that, but
right.
it would be good to see, some of the underdogs get up there and show their mettle.
Well, after calling that a lucky streak, I think that people know where your favorite lies here, Mr. Cass. So impartiality is not exactly going to be something you can achieve after that statement.
Hey, man, Rex, Chipsane, and Jack Haslam are awesome. And I didn't mean lucky streak. I was thinking, like craps, how they roll the lucky sevens, and I don't even know. I was going off on some weird tangent. But, I am trying to be a little bit impartial and, just take this one away before I say too much and get myself in trouble.
Not to worry. Game number 2 here of the Losers Finals here in the Kill the King. Whoever does this will go on to face the Kings, as they are the Kings again. Right now they are waiting the grand finals. Mega Zero is going to be spacing in, taking a lot of punishing damage. Mr. 2 Bloodchamp really trying to keep him down, and Zian just off in the back. He's just going to be waiting for a good chance to land some of these incapacitates and then try to collapse upon people. That's what we've been seeing all day, this extra astronomer damage. He jumps in right now onto Mega Zero. Mega Zero, lots of tech going around, but the other side ultimately coming out is going to keep him. No, but we got a Tractor Beam EX space to get out of that. Mr. 2 does not want to give up the chase, but Bloodchamp in the meantime has been taking a lot of damage. He is looking really low. He's going to be jumping around a little bit. Zian is going to be landing some of these long-ranged heals, but taking a Shadow Bolt to the back of the head there, Bloodchamp, not the best idea. We do have a good grab there onto Mr. 2, but the Moonstone's going to be preventing any of that. Teldo is in his Shadow form. He is doing a lot of damage and a lot of healing. Mr. 2 is slightly out of position. Zian is off on the other side. We are collapsing onto Mega Zero. He does have those Angel Wings. They just faded now, but that was, I think that Plague hit all 3 enemies right there. Teldo doing quite the damage. He's going to try to get off this Shadow Bolt. It does hit Bloodchamp. He tries to jump away, but just not fast enough. And now we're going to be trying to play around, ring around the Rosie at this point. Mr. 2 trying to get off some damage there with that. It always looks like a fire extinguisher, but it's actually a flamethrower. Mega Zero is maxed out on his temporary hit points. Misses the space actually right there on top of Mr. 2. It does look like Teldo wants to jump in here. Zian is going to be the target. We do get lots of extra damage going off. Another miss space from Mega Zero. Bloodchamp going to be jumping in over there, but no, Bloodchamp going to find himself at the wrong end of a shotgun, and that's going to be a kill right there. Mr. 2 does have a full ult. Not too sure if he wants to do anything with it. Yeah, okay, well, we're going to use it at the end. Mega Zero is going to pick up the kill there, but big numbers coming out of that game. 673 damage for Teldo.
Yeah, 673. Every time Bloodchamp tried to space in, Teldo was timing that Shadow Bolt and actually hitting him when he landed right in front. So, after that first leap, that Shadow Bolt would hit, and Bloodchamp would just take so much damage. He'd have to jump back out. Couldn't apply that pressure because A, he took a lot of damage, and B, Teldo knows where he is and has that timing down. So here we go. We're going to see what Mr. 2 is going to do. Lots of shotgun blasts coming out. Look at that energy gain already, 50%. Sand doesn't even have 40% energy, and Mega Zero is feeling a little bit of hurt. Plague comes down. Bloodchamp going to miss it, though, and Mega Zero wisely using EX space, trying to get out of there. Mr. 2 has the machine gun ultimate. Is he going to use it right now? Teldo has nothing, and oh, man, just, another shift just came up at the last second. Other side is used on him as well, so everybody else is going to be very vulnerable. Mega Zero gonna be, nope, not taken out. He uses the EX space, but right there he is gonna go down. Got no cooldowns for himself to help save his situation. And right now, Teldo try to heal up just a teeny bit. Machine guns coming out, not as effective as Mr. 2's. Now, I don't think this is gonna be a fight that the one team will be able to win, as it is a 3v1, and Teldo is gonna be swiped out by Mr. Zant's Sun Disc. So great job right there, playing somewhat of an offensive healer. Mega Zero only getting 16 damage off through that EX space. Couldn't even hit a Spiritual Link. That really hurt their chances for success.
Yeah, as we did say, that extra little burst coming out. Whoops, that's the wrong button. that extra burst coming out from the astronomers at least this week seems to be a nice kind of flavor of the week, because as you do collapse on top of people, that's an extra person worth the DPS. Sometimes you just can't take that into account. So Zwacky going to be hitting our Mr. 2, but we do have people jumping in. Teldo's going to be trying to follow up here onto Bloodchamp, and look at Mega Zero jumping around, taking another side, but he is just so low right now. I think that was actually another shift to it on the other side, because he was out there for a long while. Gets it off at EX space, but Mr. 2 incapacitates him, and while all that was happening, Xian does go down. So after trying to kill Mega Zero for so long, they did neglect their own healer, and Xian is not going to be out of the party. We do have Zwacky coming in here. Bloodchamp going to be roasted to death, and same with Mr. 2. Actually, he's going to get swapped there with Mega Zero, and they're going to take that now 2-1, but not a lot of healing that round. 232 for Mega Zero, 163 for Xian, and just big numbers coming out for Teldo and Zwacky.
Yeah, as you can see right there, Affliction did have a part to play. Also, like you were saying, they left Zant out on his own. They were trying to get Mega Zero, and that nether shift to other side combo, that will keep somebody invulnerable for a significant amount of time. So you can't just, go after one target. You gotta try and force it on different people, then burst once those crucial abilities are on cooldown. Bloodchamp already at 50% HP as he just could not get out of that fight. Teldo missing that Shadow Bolt, and Bloodchamp wisely jumping out from that Affliction. He doesn't want to be slow. He doesn't want to give Teldo any kind of HP. Mega Zero going to be unleashing the Guardian Angel Wings. He's going to be trying to be controlled, though, as a nice Moonstone comes out. Mr. 2 also going to be absolutely dominated as Zwacky comes in with that counter machine gun. And that is going to wrap things up. Mega Zero getting a good M1s out, doing a lot of burst damage. Mr. 2 caught a little bit out of position. But right now, Teldo actually goes down in the meantime. What was going on right there? No nether shift, no other side, no nothing. As Bloodchamp is just trying to hold on to survival. And Zant, they could possibly do this. I'm not too sure what their likelihood is for actually winning. And that is going to be 0 at this point, because Zant's all on his own. And Psychopomp, turned into a statue. Mega Zero just, put into marble for all the Greek gods to enjoy. I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, okay, we're going to go on to the next map. Oh, jeez.
Who? But no, we're going to go to the third game.
Yeah, next map.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, bleh.
I call them maps,
sure.
not games. It's okay.
I don't know. I thought we were going on to the grand, so wait,
no.
Didn't we tie it up? But, yeah, Mega Zero with the fear there at the end, and as you're just like, what are the chances? Well, his name is Mega Zero. He inflicts Mega Zeros for chances for winning against him. So, yeah, that's my bad pun for the day.
And I'm trying to chat to the live stream people. Yeah, they're saying I'm a bit weird and coming up with these weird references. You know what? I took AP Art History. I was learning all about, like statues and Greek and Roman, sculpture, something like that. It just popped in my head all of a sudden when that happens. And I'm just going to stop down that road and go back to Bloodline Champions so I don't get too far into trouble. Again, it is 1-1 in the maps. Ooga Booga Booga on the cold team. Love Rocket on the warm. Losers finals. Whoever wins this map will go on to the grand finals to face SK Gaming, formerly known as in Soviet Russia. Rex, Chipsane, and Jackhasm. They've always been waiting in that seat for 6 weeks now. Always been waiting in the winner's seat. Wanting a good opponent to face them. And right here, these are two teams that could bring a very good contention to that throne spot. And we'll just have to see who will take it in this map. Who will be the lucky ones to face SK Gaming. Maybe dethrone them. Here we go. Gonna get this first match started. No lineup changes whatsoever.
That's a lie.
That's a lie?
That's a lie.
Oh, Bloodchamp. Never mind. Ravener. I got that. I just knew that. As he is not going to play Rennet anymore. I'm surprised he is actually going Ravener. I guess to reflect the Shadow Bolts and the EMP, Concussion Shot, Spiritual Link, and Blood Grip. But other than that, I don't know why he would go Ravener.
Wow. Shadow Bolts, Zwacky with his all that range and covers Mega Zero.
Humor. I was joking. Anyways, alright, here we go. We're going to get this one started. Forecourt, actually, why don't you take this because I've been blabbering on too much.
I don't get your humor. Now I got to do this. Mega Zero dropping. Teldo also off in that corner. And right now it does look like a lot of damage coming out onto Mega Zero. He's going to other side out of that. Teldo off in the side. He's actually going to miss that affliction. Xian spaces in, gets incapacitated right off the bat. Not too sure, but Blood Champ, he's going to be trying to stay right here into Zwacky's face with all these leaps and bounds. He's going to be spinning. Teldo taking some damage. Mega Zero already has those Guardian Wings out, but he is not going to get Moonstoned at all. Zwacky with the tractor beam. He's going to have to look for some heals at this point. Teldo looks alright. He's not in his blood form yet, but that's not going to matter because he's going to take out Blood Champ with an extra attack. A good amplify going down, actually missing, but the Shadow Bolt is what I totally meant to say going on to Xian, so good spike damage there. Mr. 2 is off on the edge. It's not going to matter. Zwacky with the machine gun is going to clean up the round, and it's off to a good start here for Love Rocket. Get up against Ooga Booga Booga, because it's 1-0. All you gotta do is get to 3, and you're going on to SK.
Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, I do like this Ravener pickup. My joke was that I just listed off 10 different things that he could reflect that are very potent, and that's why, I thought it was a good pickup from Ravener, from Blood Champ. And here, or from Ranid, I should say. Their Blood Champ is going to be playing that Ravener, and he's already finding a hard time getting in. Nice spinning strike right there, going to reflect some kind of shotguns. Mega Zero taking a lot of heat as he's already at 30% HP. Going to get enlarged, going to get other-sided. Teldo going to have to retreat himself. Machine gun goes a long distance, and Teldo taking so much damage, getting down to 20%, and a good tractor beam there by Zwacky to keep all the pressure off of Teldo, except they're going to change targets now. They're looking for a little bit of vengeance. Mega Zero going to try and get some damage out himself as a counter machine gun comes out from Zwacky. Blood Champ could be dying any second, but Xant doing a great job with those space heals. Blood Champ going down. Xant could not heal due to that nice nether strike. Does silence for 1 second, but Teldo, he burns to death in the flamethrower, and that's going to be a 2-2 situation. So Mr. 2 getting that shotgun blast off, maybe might be able to get that machine gun, as Wacky did not have a space. Other side had to be used onto him, and right now the pressure is on the favor of the Cold team. They just need a little bit of CC. They can get Zwacky a little bit down, but we have a pissed off Psycho Pump. You don't want to mess with that, so they're just going to run away for the time being, trying not to take too much damage from that. Xant trying to be a little bit bold, actually going in now that the wings are off. And Zwacky is enlarged. He's looking like he can do a little bit of damage. Damage is amplified by 25%. And Xant looking like he's going to get comboed. Maybe here the machine gun could come out and he could die, but oh my gosh, Moonstone comes out at the last second. I think he was enlarged by Mr. 2. Reduced damage by 50%. Mega Zero again, another ultimate. And it looks like double spiritual link could come out anytime. Mr. 2 has to be careful. Shotgun comes out after the enlarge, and that is going to spell his day. So Zwacky going to be the one just left to get shotgun to death. Xant and Mr. 2 pulling out a very nice 2v2 situation. Going to bring it 1-1 in the rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, in the losers finals, you cannot get better action than this.
874 damage on Zwacky, 891 on Engineers. People are going to go home and they're going to be like, man, now we got to play Engineers. They do so well because these are some big numbers coming out of these guys. I mean, the biggest number I think we've seen today was Leadface on that really quick round with like almost 900 damage. These guys are almost equaling that, and they're not even Nomads. I mean, they're Engineers, man. So good control coming out of there. We do hit Zwacky there with that incapacitate, but we don't have any follow-up because the Cold team is still trying to get into their zoning spots. Blood Champ going to be spinning over there to Mega Zero. Mega Zero is going to be a big target here for Blood Champ. If we can punt away one of the DPS and keep him very isolated here for Mega Zero, we might have a good kill on our hands. So Zwacky gets other side. He's going to have to be over there. But Teldo gets 2 people within his plague, and he's just going to be swinging around that boomerang. Out goes the Shadow Bolt. I'm not too sure if it actually went down. I didn't see a big number pop up, but Zwacky with the machine gun going to be hitting lots of people for lots of minor damage lots of times. That just adds up over time. Mr. 2 does have a machine gun potential. He does know that Zwacky's not having the space right now, so he just tried to get something off there, but I do think we had a shrink ray going on. Mega Zero is going to be dropping as well. Blood Champ not really giving up the chase there at all. Now he's going to charge over here to Teldo. Teldo misses the Shadow Bolt, and now he's going to try to catch up right here to Blood Champ. Mega Zero's done. He's healing those, so the mission accomplished. Zwacky is looking pretty low up against Mr. 2. Mr. 2 might be able to finish him with the tractor beam. Yes, it is going to be enough. Mega Zero was too concerned about his own health, which is the good pressure coming out from Blood Champ and Xian. I mean, Xian is getting off a lot of these M1s. Teldo's going to be dropping next, gets off that plague, but we do have the Guardian Wing Angels, and they're going to fly on up to heaven.
Oh, man, yeah. I got to tell you right there, Xant had cojones of steel. to be able to take on Teldo, who was in his Dark Ward, or his shadow form, as I guess you like to call it. Little World of Warcraft reference. Sorry. But, he just got the M1 off, and then, Teldo was priming a Shadow Bolt. He tranced it, because it's an instant trance, and he was able to do that. Got another M1 off. He kept Teldo in the dark and made him take a lot of damage. Couldn't let him use his Dark Ward the way he wanted. But here we go. It is 2-1 in favor of Booga Booga Booga. If they win this next round, they will be going on to the grand finals. Otherwise, we will be seeing one more come out, and that will be the deciding factor. Zant going to get plagued? No, he's going to jump out of there at the last second. Zwacky using the tractor beam. He's going to rocket jump out of there, and he is just going to start doing some M1 damage onto Mr. 2. Bloodchamp in the meantime, along with Zant, are going on to Teldo. Teldo trying to survive, but, flamethrower action coming on to Mega Zero. Everybody spreading around the map. Bloodchamp getting pulled in with the tractor beam. Good support by Zwacky over there, but Zant comes in for the snipe. I think that was an EX space. Came in, just finished things up very smoothly, and right there, using the space to heal his ally Bloodchamp. That burst damage from the Astronomer so key in his gameplay, able to play aggressive, able to get that slow off from the M1, as well as that massive damage. So here it is, good games come out, and Ooga Booga Booga is going to the grand finals after a long hiatus where they didn't play for 4 weeks. They're finally back into the scene. Mr. 2 stepping up his game. Zant with 12.7 average TPS, so he's a healing machine as well with his damage off his M1. He's playing a little bit more aggressive than earlier. Sun Eclipse, which is a space bar, doing 473 damage, or not damage, but 453 healing, I should say. So that's huge. He's using it while he's also going offensive. He's doing damage with it. He's healing. He's going by Ravner. They're focusing their burst. And that's what you really want to see in this game. In the high-level competition, that's exactly what they do. They don't just go, fancy on whoever they want. They combo, they wait for the good time to go in, they make sure that they can, somewhat safely get that damage off. And that's how you get to the grand finals here at Kill the King. So, Forecourt, dude, you pretty pumped? Give us a little bit of an intro to the grand finals, baby. Hype us up.
Kill the King, the 6-time champions SK Gaming, going to be defending their title up against Ooga Booga Booga, who 6 weeks ago used to have that title. They have now made their way all the way back to the finals, the grand finals, no less, rising out of that losers bracket here to the winners. And now we're going to have the face-off of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Ooga Booga Booga going up against SK Gaming, and whoever gets this is going to be crowned the king. If SK Gaming goes on, that will be 7 weeks now, or 6?
7. This will be 7 weeks if
right.
SK Gaming does win. Yes.
Right. So 7 weeks, that's going to be a lot of cash. And if not, that means you're going to be paying them out 6 weeks, and we're going to see Ooga Booga Booga enjoy the spotlight a little bit.
Yes, we will. And actually, a little bit of a sneak peek preview right here. I've been talking to Mr. 2 and Zant. And actually, there are some other gaming companies out there that have contacted their team. They just want to see a little bit of proof of their intense gameplay and their action. So here it is. If they are able to, defeat SK Gaming, maybe they can get sponsored as well. And that will be the second sponsored team for Bloodline Champions, a game that was only released in mid-January, January 13th, a day after my birthday. So it was a pretty good birthday present in my opinion. And we are going to see what is going to happen here. I'm very excited. They are going to be doing bans and picks. The tournament style, at least for BL Gaming, is the grand finals are not best of 3 for the maps. It is best of 5. So you have to win 3 maps in each set. Now, you have to win 2 sets in the grand finals. But if you came from the winner's bracket, SK Gaming, they came from the winner's seat, they only have to win 1 because they already have 1 win by default because they came from the winner's bracket. They never lost throughout the tournament. So, we're going to have to see if, Team Ooga Booga Booga has enough endurance to go through. They battled their way all through the loser's bracket. They've gotten a little bit mentally weary from actually doing all those games. And we'll have to see if they can keep up that enthusiasm. They're not dehydrated to the point of death at this time, because I know Bloodchamp and Zant actually don't drink anything while they play when we interviewed him that one time. And Mr. 2, I think, drinks a little bit of whiskey on the side, and it's appropriate because he does play that female engineer dwarf, so I can't blame him too much. But, you know, right now, I think they got all the bans and picks and done, and I think they are ready to go. I'm going to tell them we are ready to get this action started. If you want to know what's going on, there's the Bloodgate shout-out, and join us for this grand finals. So here it is. Going to throw up quick splash screens. This is Kill the King. It is, you know, starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central European time due to daylight savings. This SK Gaming, like we said, are the current kings, and then, you know, this is the updated banner, and we're going to get this underway because I don't want to watch those splash screens anymore. I want to watch what is going on between these two teams. Chip Cyan has the barrier, Rex has a barrier, but it could be dispelled by Mr. 2. Zant with some good burst damage onto Chip Cyan, you know, slowing him down, slowing his cast speed down on his heals, can play a very big factor in Blood Champ with that extra control via the darts, the slows from that, the toxin bomb slows, the stun. Also, he's got the blind. His mobility is really great. He can dodge and jump around Jackasm as well as Rex. So we'll have to see how this goes. Good luck, have fun, happens. And forecourt, I will hand the baton to you, and you will have the honors of casting the first round between these two magnificent teams.
Is that a reward for my epic intro?
That is an epic reward.
Awesome. All right, SK Gaming, Ooga Booga, they're going to go in here. Now, in case people don't realize, SK Gaming, they've been sitting around for a little bit here, so don't be too surprised if we see them drop this first game. They start off good, they only get better. That's a recurring theme. And right now, Jackasm taking a lot of damage between both Zant, Mr. 2, and Blood Champ. It does look like we are collapsing, but no, we do see a big turnaround going on to Zant. He's going to have to use that space very defensively right now, but the incapacity coming out from Jackasm is to make sure they just kind of stand there looking a little bit like statues. Zant is very low, so is Blood Champ, and Jackasm and Rex both doing very good jobs of trying to keep the big pressure up right now. Chip Cyan, not really too much damage, not really a lot of pressure, and that was really a big effort there from Jackasm and Rex. Take a look at Chip, only 183 damage taken, but Rex, weirdly enough, only 100 taken. So big numbers coming out of these guys, and not really that much pressure as of yet.
Yeah, if you want to notice something else, though, look at the control that Rex did in that last round. You know, he had a lot of stun and incapacitate because, you know, he had the barriers on the right people. He, you know, used his EX space for those, you know, incapacitate frames, and the spell lock as well, you know, making sure Zant couldn't heal and couldn't, you know, do the abilities that he needed to combo. And a good trance right there by Jackasm. He saw Zant coming in, not going to get a trance himself. So Zant's in a lot of trouble. Jackasm does have the ultimate. He could be in a lot of damage right now. He's going to space just to get those invulnerability frames, and Mr. 2 is going to die in the meantime. Just got caught in the corner. No real incapacitates came out onto Chip Cyan, who's just healing, sitting pretty all day long, and I think that is a major factor. If they want to try and compete in this game, they have to control Chip Cyan and then use the EMP onto Jackasm once he has Rex's barrier. Right now, we're just going to see this one wind down, and it is probably going to be 2-0 in favor of SK Gaming. Right now, Jackasm just playing it pretty. Forecourt, what else do you think that they need on this cold team to really bring it up a notch?
Well, as you did say, Rex is throwing down a lot of spell power. I mean, again, let's just take a quick look. Control that time. Rex, again, 81 is the top with spell block, incapacitates, and slow. It's the big spell block, though. Right now, Zant hasn't had to really deal with any kind of these big spell blocks up until this round, and it's really showing because he's getting comboed down first. If it's not him first, it's whoever he spaces to gets down first as a byproduct of all the damage that Rex and Jackasm can throw down. I mean, between the two of them, they got the Kunju, the Wajis, the Wojis, and, you know, any other kind of funny sounding names that they can do, but they can get close to you, they can avoid damage, and they all have big AoE numbers that they can do. So Chip Cyan right now is going to get pressured by Mr. 2, which is a good idea. You need to really put down that pressure so that the healing does not come down as abundant as it is, but Zant also doing a good job of staying alive right now. Moonstone going down on Rex. Mr. 2 almost has Chip down. It is going to be a finish off there by Blood Champ, but he will die in the process. We did have the goo come down from Chip. More of a defensive goo at that time, but the Venom going down here onto Jackasm, not the best of ideas. Whoa! Rex going to jump right through both of them. Zant going to try to keep out Blood Champ going toe-to-toe with Jackasm, but we did have the Rune Barrier go off as well. The Venom is not actually going to reach him at all. Zant might, no, okay, we're going to miss that Moonstone onto Rex. It would have been huge, but no, no, Jackass, I think he was killed with a Kanju, so big turnaround. I mean, we have seen Rex and Jackass take 2v3 scenarios, so a 2v2, not too surprising, especially with Zant, who, he's one of those more offensive healers, but at the same time, Rex has been doing a good job of just blocking him off from just chasing down Jackassm, and at the same time Zant just kind of just running around trying to go down there to Jackassm. I don't really like this camera angle since we're so far away, but at this point Rex actually has a very big danger of going down right now. Zant might be able to pull this out. Jackassm, however, he's healed up a lot, and it's not actually going to matter if he takes down Rex at all, because there's going to be a shuriken to the face, and that's going to finish it off.
I would have liked to have seen Blood Champ play a little bit more defensive. I know he's trying to stop Jackassm, but you can't do that. You can't underestimate the master of the spear. Like, not just the spear master. He is the master of the spear. Best SM player there is in the game. You cannot just go toe-to-toe with him and make one mistake, especially when both of you are so low. He's got the harpoon. He can conjure because he knows you're probably going to get an M1 off afterwards. And that right there is about 30-something plus damage. And Blood Champ just wasn't expecting it. Whirl Blade afterwards, Shuriken. I mean, you can do so much off of that if you just make one mistake against Jackassm. So, I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of a lockup here. They did a better job in terms of bursting. Mr. 2 got on to Chip Sign, actually put a little bit of pressure out there, and that's how they were able to do so good that last round. But we'll just have to see what Ooga Booga Booga is going to do in reply to SK Gaming. Now that it is 1-0 in the maps, Ooga Booga Booga is still down in the grand finals of the Kill the King Round 11 tournament.
So if Ooga Booga Booga can't take the next 2 games, and it is a best of 5 maps, that's just going to spell it out. That's going to be it.
That's absolutely correct.
So there's a lot of pressure right now riding on Mr. 2, Zand, and Blood Champ. I mean, this is the first time they've been back up to the finals. The first time, to get that championship spot back, it has a lot of pressure. I mean, you got to have a strong mentality to do this. And right now, Zand, he's looking strong, but he is taking a lot of damage. Rex is just really staying on him, not really missing these M1s whatsoever. Zand is going to be trying to do something, but it looks like he just kind of caught there. He didn't move at all, and he's just taking so much damage. Rex virtually untouched at this point. Mr. 2 trying his best to keep Chip Cyan there busy in the corner, but Jackass is also taking a lot of damage. He has a lot of temporary hit points up. Zand is also full on the temporary hit point. He spaces in, though, and they are able to take down Jackass, but no, the goo comes out. Zand just caught in the side of it, and Blood Champ jumping into it. No, that's an extra little bit of damage you don't really want to be taking. Mr. 2 gets incapacitated. He was trying to do a little bit of healing. This is a big opportunity, though. If we can get off Chip Cyan here, we do get Chip Cyan, but it is a trade-off. Blood Champ is the only one alive. Rex is going to grab that energy clip there in the corner, so, I mean, those were 2 big trade-offs right there, and it was really, great play coming out of both teams, but unfortunately Rex, I'd have to give him the advantage. He has all these ways to avoid damage as well as those barriers. If he takes too much more damage like this, though, Blood Champ might be showing the big strength of Aranid right now. Rex missing that, the M1 also be missing, the Rune Shield avoiding a little bit of damage, but he's still taking more if that lunge jumped right there.
Oh my god! What a turnaround right there. You see that? Oh my goodness. Blood Champ so low, and then just battles it against Rex, a very good inhibitor, just out-mind-gamed him, blew his mind so hard, I don't think Rex even touched him, even with all those abilities, and he just took one for Ooga Booga Booga. So, what a play. I'm so glad that I'm recording this. I gotta put that in some kind of highlight reel right there. That is how you play Ranted, ladies and gentlemen. This is no joke. This is Kill the King. And here we go. Jackassm already getting, about 50% HP. Barriers on him. They're not going to break it, so good control. Rex is stoned in the meantime. Now they're getting that control that they need. Chip Cyan's the target of choice. One more M1. He could be going down, and there he goes. Cold Team looking in full force right there. They've got momentum in their favor. They're feeling good, but it's not out yet. Zan could die, and Rex in the chase. Sunlight is spell locked, and he is just going to get incapacitated, though. Mr. 2 does have his buddies back. Jackassm just trying to get onto Zan. Not going to happen, though. Space back by accident, and that actually got enough damage to kill him, and it is going to be another quick round for this team Ooga Booga Booga. So, man, what a turnaround. I'm still blown away from that last round, but, Forecourt, take this away before my heart explodes.
When Zient did that space, and then he just spaced right back, landing the kill there on Jackass, it was like, man, too pro. That was just awesome. and it's like, oh, that was by accident. Damn it, damn it. It still looked really good there on camera, and now we're up 2-0 up against, the world champions, SK Gaming. Mr. 2, who did a great job incapacitating Rex there, and that's what allowed Zian to live so long. Right now, though, he is under a lot of pressure. Zian has full force of both Jackass and Rex just landing these shots on him. Mr. 2 is over there trying to keep Chip Cyan very busy. Blood Champ is also now over there, but we do have the goo coming out, the defensive goo coming out as well. We do not want to jump into that, but we did land a good lunge there, and there's the ultimate coming out of Blood Champ. Nope, that's not the ultimate coming out of Blood Champ. That was just our regular swipe, his regular leap, and now they did trade Chip Cyan for Mr. 2 and Zian, so I don't know if he can pull this one out again. I had my doubts the first time. Well, it looks like my doubts are valid this second time, because that harpoon looked like it just speared him right through.
Yeah, I mean, usually harpoons through the stomach just isn't the best thing in the morning. I like to go with a bowl of kicks, personally, with some milk. But if you fancy a harpoon through your stomach, then just call Jackass. No problem. They'll give you an EX harpoon or a regular one anytime you want, just, to defend his title as King of Kill the King. And here we go. Oh, almost nice moonstone right there. Mr. 2 missed that incapacitate as well, trying to keep that pressure off of Blood Champ. Jackass has a barrier. He's looking like he's going to go in full force. He's got a barrier from Malcolmus now, and he has his ultimate. He's just been M1ing all day. He's looking for a good opportunity to get in there. Mr. 2 missed his incapacitate again, and Jackass whirlwind as Blood Champ just ran on by. So SK Gaming retaliating from that first round loss with mega force right here. Zant still trying to do everything he can. Great coordination between Rex and Jackass, and Blood Champ got a little bit out of position, got a little bit outplayed. And, Mr. 2 missed a couple of his incapacitates, and that's what it is at this high level of play. You miss your incapacitates once or twice, you've already just lost a lot of momentum for your team. You lost a lot of, ground gained. And we just have to see all of that control really work perfectly, and that's how they were able to control SK Gaming and take those other 2 rounds in the beginning.
I'm looking at the damage taken tab from the last round. 64 on Chip Cyan, 57 on Rex. So, they avoided so much damage, and they didn't even need to get healed. Chip Cyan and Rex combined, 100 damage taken. Jackass did take, of course, a good brunt as well, but hey, you gotta land it somewhere. So right now, 2-2. Whoever takes this is gonna land themselves a map, and it is gonna be the best of 5 series for the maps. Right now, Blood Champ and Zian getting really cornered here by Rex and Jack. We already have a big view ready to go from Chip Cyan. He might actually try to use it very defensively here because Blood Champ is trying his best. There it goes. It is gonna be there, and Zian is actually stuck into it. He gets knocked out, and he actually goes down to Chip Cyan's goo. Now, we might have a big trade-off here. Chip Cyan not looking the healthiest, but he gets off that heal. Jackass instead goes down. Mr. 2 with a shotgun to the face, but no, a Woji coming out there from Rex, and now they are going to be trying to get this Chip Cyan down. They do get this Chip Cyan down. It is now a 2 versus 1. Whoever wins this wins the map series, and we are going to go on to the next one, but this is very big. Right now, Rex is not in the best position, and Ooga Booga Booga takes it. They land themselves a map to tie it up 1-1.
It is tied up 1-1, so they came out with a little counter pressure right there. Even though Zant did die in the goo, Chip Cyan used it wisely. He said, okay, Zant's in a bad spot. Jackass was able to take him out, but that early damage and that early pressure from Mr. 2 and Blood Champ was a little bit too much. They didn't have the health in their favor. They got caught themselves, and that ended up in a win for Team Ooga Booga Booga. As you said, it is going to be 1-1 here in the grand finals. And, oh, man, if these rounds just keep going like this, I just hope that nothing happens. We got 1.1k viewers watching Bloodline Champions right here, prime time. This tournament has been going on for about 4 hours at this point.
Yep, 4 hours.
4 hours, and it has just been a blast. We have seen great games all day, and that's provided by blgaming.com hosting these tournaments. We've had them for about 7 or 8 months now, these tournaments going on, and this is some of the most spectacular play I have seen so far in my commentary experience. So here we go. Citadel of Amma is the next blood field that these two are going to be, killing each other at, as we do have the former in Soviet Russia, now known as SK Gaming, versus Team Ooga Booga Booga, who did have the King title 6 weeks ago before SK Gaming really did go on their nice win streak. Yuboku, an observer, a.k.a. Crew, is still loading, and it looks like, yep, a little bit of a glitch right there, and we are going to be in this one. Keep rubbing my hands back and forth. I'm sure you guys hear that. I'm just, trying to keep my palms from getting sweaty. Got to make sure that I can actually move the camera on the keyboard. And, oh, man, I'm getting pumped, guys. You guys getting pumped? Get up, get pumped. Clap your hands or something, Just do some push-ups in the meantime. I can't do that, unfortunately. Release some of that energy that you're getting from watching this game. And this is what esports is all about, and this is why this game is going to be the future of esports. There is no luck, no random NPCs, no crap in the way. Just straight-up hardcore PvP. As we are going to be seeing Bloodchamp maybe try and get in. Jack has a nice harpoon after that, though. And Bloodchamp's going to go right after Chip Cyan. Barrier comes out at the last second for maximum effectiveness. Mr. 2 in on the fight. He could be going down pretty shortly, though. And actually, Chip Cyan dies so quickly. Holy smokes, what kind of damage is going on here? I have no idea. It's blowing my mind, as Mr. 2 could be in a dangerous situation. Good flamethrower right there onto Rex, but Bloodchamp could be in a dangerous spot. Jack has him about one hit from death, though. It's not over yet. Rex still has a fighting fury left in him. And Mr. 2 just going to be healed up by those spaces by Zant. And no, that's actually not going to happen. He is going to go down. In the meantime, we are going to be seeing Jackasm play, a little Chase the Randa, except it's going to be Chase the Spearmaster this time. He could win up in the top corner, have the camera max zoomed out, and we'll see where this goes from here. Zant, EX space just to heal Bloodchamp, make sure that he doesn't die to a Kunju or anything like that. Whirling Blade could go down. One more M1. No, not going to happen. Nice Kunju right there, and a double kill happens. So I'm going to zoom back in the screen. Double trances go out. These guys are trying to read each other's minds. Good space out right there for invulnerability frames as well as the AoE afterwards. Zant could be in a lot of trouble because Rex has his ultimate right now. Is he going to be hit by it? Oh, he's trance 1. He's very low, and one more hit could take his doom. And it could be the life-over game-changing play. Zant, oh, great moonstone right there. Zant's just going to have to run away, going to try and dodge all of those attacks, and Rex has stacked it in his favor. Right now it's tied up, though. Meter is the same on both teams. Moonstone coming out, Aurora, and he's going to try and get a couple more attacks off. Nice bait of the trance right there, and it's not going to happen. Good trance right there. He's going to counter onto Rex, but he has the barrier, so he can't do a whole lot. Going to heal up a teeny bit. Moonstone or Moonburst again. Oh, missing that trance, and Rex again still trying to punish for that. Oh my God, one hit away, and it could be either one's game, but Zant has that health advantage. And oh, another trance, not going to happen. Again, great use of the EX space, and this is so close, ladies and gentlemen. One more hit and Zant could go down, but no, he dodges at the last possible second. So amazing play right there. Rex not able to get this EX space off. Zant gonna get that burst as well as another M1 coming in. And oh man, this could be very close. Gonna use that fancy space trick. EX space from Rex. Again, very close. These guys are not lifting up one finger. And oh, the whale burst is gonna take it out. The shotgun M1 EX. So great play right here between these two teams. Two formidable opponents, Zant and Rex, duking it out. So close. Great play. Oh, golly. I need another beer.
Stop using Woji. Oh my God. But yeah, fancy tricks coming out from both Zan and Rex, but very clutch at the end. We had the fog rolling in, and it was going to be decided very quickly after that. But wow, Rex able to pull that one out of the fire. So here we go again. Ooga Booga Booga and SK Gaming. Now they did collapse very quickly onto Chip Cyan last game. Right now he is off back in the corner. He is incapacitated right now, so now is a good time to collapse onto someone. But who do you collapse onto? Because Jackasm has that ultimate. It is going to come out, and we already have killed Zant, and Bloodchamp is just going to try to get out of his way, but Mr. 2 missing again that incapacitate, and is just not going to be able to do anything about it. So, big epic first game, and very quick lean up here with SK Gaming in the second.
Oh man, I don't know if that kind of devastating loss by Zant, crushed him. And actually, I think Zant had a bad space in right there that could have caused...
0 damage.
Yeah, 0 damage. I think he spaced in unwisely because, if he tried to space out, then he would have gotten some damage at least. So I'm not exactly sure what went on right there because I was just looking at the live stream chat blowing up from that last round. And a good end cap across the court from Mr. 2. That's going to force the clarity. EMP missed. Look at these guys, always juking left, juking right. They're not staying in one position, always looking around to see what kind of action is happening next. Good Kunju right there. Zant not going to get that M1 off. Barrier onto Jackasm is down, and it looks like he's already at 25% HP, but so is Zant. And Tempest is going to finish him off, but let's see if the Burning Oil can do anything for him. And they got the Venom. Jackasm could go down. No, heals are coming out. One more hit. Barrier's still on them, though, and I don't think that's going to be it. Nah, that is is going to be a 3-0 for SK Gaming, even though that first round was so close. Jackhasm here almost died himself. And Mr. 2 just, playing for lulls. And for kicks, as the GTs do come out, it is 2-1. 2-1, and it is going to be going on to a next map. So I think Bloodchamp trying to, come back in. I don't know if he thought the game was over. Maybe he was reconnecting. I know he has some kind of computer issues sometimes. But it is 2-1 in favor of SK Gaming, as I keep saying. And, if they win one more map, they are the kings yet again for the 7th week in a row. And they will continue to be on top, gaining even more money than before. We're eventually going to go bankrupt here at BL Gaming. Not really. We got plenty of financial support to pay these players for doing such a great job, but we want to see, the underdogs try and bring something back from the grave. Let's see if Team Ooga Booga Booga can show a dominating performance like they did in the second map. Not trying to be partial here, but, I just want more action, more games. Keep it going on to the second set. Make it go to the 5th map in the second set. I would love that. Commentating, I don't care if I lose my voice. These games so far have been spectacular, as we're seeing Bloodchamp change up his strategy here. Instead of a Ranid, he's going to go with the Ravener. Punt away Rex, punt away Jackhasm, and then be able to do, the incapacitates and the reflects as well. So very key right there by Bloodchamp to change that up. And let's see how he does it. Forecourt, take this away from me, buddy. Take it away.
All right, so we are in a position, if